Hey guys, what is going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, today obviously we're going to be covering some of these hot topic items, especially on this watch list over here, which I have collated. So, first and foremost, obviously talk of the town at the moment is Hedera Hashgraph Hbar. Hbar has been going for it. It was up over 70% at one point. However, it has retraced, and we will be looking at the charts later on in this video today. But it's still up a significant 54%, 74% on the week. Velo absolutely smashing it, 100%, double your money. Wads Pay token up 53% on the week, 20% on the day. Look at these, oh my god, look at XDC. I'm so happy to see XDC to begin to move now. So it's all looking very promising. Quant also up 10% on the week, not so bad. Any others? XRP still drifting around 54-55 cents, so we will look at these charts. So first and foremost, I did post this over on X. So let's just fire that up. We'll come across here. So here we go. What did I post? I've been keeping you guys up to date with like the hourly charts here. So this was the chart that I posted with this measured move from the bottom up to the top. Then obviously that measures 100% of that range. Okay, so we're looking to get up to about 106, 107. That sort of ball figure, and then obviously, you know, XRP always retraces after a significant impulse. So this is where we are. We're on the 4 hourly at the moment, so this is playing out. What I'll do is I'll shift myself across there now. Let's have a look, see how this is playing out. You can see this next red candle. What I'll do is I'll go into the hourly. See where we're at here. Okay, and what we can do. See, it looks like XRP there has broken out on the hourly. So we'll literally, pretty much at any point today, I feel like we'll get this big explosion because, you know, this is extended market structure. Again, you can manipulate these trend lines, so you could come all the way out here. What you could do is you could maybe measure from the wicks of these hourly candles to something like that, and that'll take you through to Friday. So sooner or later, any day now, I do expect this big move out of here because XRP is holding really strong. And following Hbar as well with that massive move, I expect a lot of the altcoins, specifically the utility coins, to do a similar sort of price movement, anywhere from like 50, 70, 80%. So that'll take us right up there. Now let's just measure that move there, just to see from current price. Yeah, so you're looking about a 90% sort of increase there. And then you'll probably see that sort of correction. But that correction will be short-lived. Like Hbar's got going now. Obviously, that to me is leading the utility coins. Now, I wouldn't advise start chasing green candles. You just got to wait your turn on these specific cryptos. So this is why you've got to, you know, evenly distribute your portfolio. I wouldn't go all in on one particular token. Make sure you got a handful. And obviously, for me, I've got a lot of the utilities. You see my sort of watch list out here, so I've got a lot of these tokens here, more so than others, but there we go. So that's where I stand on XRP in the short term. So I feel like that is going to play out by Friday at the very latest, or if not even today. Even by the time this video goes out, you could see XRP pumping. So let's go over to Hbar. Hbar is also retracing at the moment. So look at this. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, maybe to the 4 hour. Let's see where that's at now. So you can see here, Hbar's done a significant move to the upside there. You know, getting as high as 18 cents. And then, as always, we're always going to come back and revisit these local highs. Okay, so Hbar has gone deeper. They usually do go deeper as soon as volatility hits. A lot of the time it won't be the local high. They'll fall a little bit shorter, and that's exactly where it's got to. That sort of second sort of level, if you will, just below the local highs there back in March. So that's Hbar. So I do expect Hbar to get out of here again. Now, if you was to do a measured move with Hbar, just to see what the next move would be, you take the bottom, get the 50% mark up to that wick there. So I feel like Hbar's completed the correction now, so I feel like Hbar can run up now to about 27-28 cent in the next move. Let's just measure from current price up to about, you say about 27. Yeah, so it's got 100% return in the short term for me. So that's Hbar looking really good. We covered XRP. Let's just have a look at XRP Bitcoin chart actually, just out of interest, because these are quite difficult to mark out accurately, because obviously we're on a multi-year time frame. However, we are on the 4-hour chart here, so it's very difficult to nail out. You will get fake outs along the way, for instance here. Now let's even get some more data on the daily. Let's minimize that so you guys can see clearly what's playing out here. When this data loads, here we go. Again, these trend lines have been marked up on the weekly, and I will zoom out to demonstrate to you guys. So as you can tell, we're literally again tip of the iceberg. Go out to the weekly now, so these trend lines will highlight that once we load up. Come on baby, let my fire. So there you go, that's the highest weekly close in history for the XRP Bitcoin price. Now look at this here, this is playing out beautifully. Yeah, looks like we're getting this green candle. So like I said, as soon as XRP gets above that 74 cent, we are in business. So we could do with a weekly close outside of this, and then, you know, we will begin to start pumping. So hopefully we get that 70, hopefully we do fly up to, hopefully we do breach 74 cent and we fly up to that $1.06, $1.07 that I've mentioned earlier on in the video. Then obviously we'll get the retracement. So that's what I'm hoping for, that sort of breakout, retest, off to the markets come May. So yeah, still good gains to be had, because obviously, you know, if we get up to 106, 107, that's like pretty much 100% gains from where we're currently trading at. So that's looking promising. What else have we got? I'm going to take a look at XDC. XDC is finally moving. Now I have done a fractal here, guys, so this is very, very, very interesting. Now let's just go over to the log scale. I've talked about these in previous videos, so this is self-explanatory. So you got your green and your red trend line marking out that wedge, and then that's where you get that explosion at the tip of the iceberg. So that's self-explanatory, and basically I've duplicated these sort of lines to highlight again. So we're literally doing the same what we did down here, what we're doing up here. So you got your green line, and then you've also got your red trend line. Now you might be asking, why is this green trend line out? That's because I drew it on the linear scale here. You can see, if I zoom out here, there you go, you can see how it marks the closes. So I've just left that, I've not altered it. I mean, I could tinker it, but I'm forever tinkering when I'm switching between these linear and log scales. So anyway, let's just ignore that green line. Yeah, don't really matter, just ignore it for now. But what does matter is these two tram lines, these blue parallel tram lines. So we're going from inception here, where this green weekly candle opens. So this is on inception, and then I just notice all these sort of clauses. We get a little bounce up, yeah, and then we've got the breakdown, the capitulation into the bear market. So we've broken through to signal that it looks like XDC is showing weakness. We've retested that blue trend line, then that's when we capitulated into the bear market. So for me, this first blue line is significant. So I believe XDC will touch this first blue line. Now I'm not so sure about this second blue line, it's not 100% confirmed, but there's also a lot of interaction with this upper trend line, if you will. So obviously you've got that wick up there upon inception, and then again you get all this price action, this sort of grinding upwards, and then you fall back in the channel, up, rejection, up. It looks like we're getting outside of that upper trend line. Again, we're not quite strong enough, so we roll over. So even though this is, there is some significance to this upper trend line, but it's just not as strong as this lower blue trend line, if you will. So I've marked out on these dotted lines here. Got the all-time high there, around 19-20 cent for XDC. Then I've also got this other dotted line here for this 2023 high as well. So it's all looking good. So that'll be my first sort of targets, you know, reaching to these dash lines, these red dash lines going across. So like these sort of first targets. However, I won't be selling out. I'll just literally hold because XDC is going a lot higher. So I've drawn this fractal out as well, as you can see. This is pretty much just a rough idea. I'm not saying this fractal is going to play out because, you know, it won't do, but it's just to give you an idea of how the sort of algorithm works with XDC, because these patterns that play out, they are repeated. It just takes years for them to sort of repeat and showing the charts again. So I've got here, when it breaks out, let me put that trend line back in. I'll just mark it quickly, something like that. Yeah, I know we've had these like sort of fake outs here. Yeah, you could draw something like that. We could go further on, do you know what I mean? But for now, I feel like everything's just breaking out at once. And again, these trend lines do make sense on the log scale, the linear scale as opposed to the linear scale. So again, once we get that breakout anyhow above that trend line, that just won't matter anymore. You know, we're off to the market. So like I said, this price action that's to be forecasted needs to take out this prior local high. I say local high, last year's high. So we take that out around 9 cents. Retest, which the price does. So I am happy with this fractal so far. So that is going to happen. And then obviously we're going to get that burst in price. And this will obviously start running now. I did feel like it was behind 4 or 5 weeks schedule wise, but XDC there by like 20th of May there looking like, let me just rejig this because we got to go to the end of the year. That's fine. So yeah, we get this price explosion here. So really we're looking at about $1.30 before retrace. So it's nearly capitulating about 50% there. So that'd probably be a good sort of take profit sort of region around $1.30. Maybe get back in if the market's kind enough to do so. Get back in around 75 cents. Then you're off again, $2.30. Another massive retracement to just above $1. And then again, this is where these two blue trend lines. So if I want to be conservative, I'm going to be marking it down here. Yeah. So this is $20. So that, believe it or not, that's conservative, $20. And again, you get this massive retracement in price. 90% retracement. That is just absolute. Could you imagine if you played this in this fractal? It does, the price action does something similar where you're like taking profit at $20, let it fall back down here just below $2, get back in, and then you ride it again up to about 38. So that is conservative. If you look at it, just forget the price in that column. If you look at the actual structure, you see how long the base is. The longer the base, higher in space. So the height of this structure here does not exceed the length of this base, which to me shows that these sort of price targets are actually achievable. They are realistic. Now that, to me, this is what will probably play out in my opinion. You know, if we're going to be extremely bullish, we're going to be looking around there. So price up there is around $74. Now I don't feel like XDC can get up to that sort of price range in this super cycle, just because I feel like XRP will top out around $70, $75 maybe. So that's the only reason why I don't see XDC go any higher, because it's more than capable, especially when it's looking to fill $5.2 trillion worth of trade finance gap. So it's exciting times for XDC. So I'm just going to keep this up here now. And like I said, this marks out beautifully, because this here, just before we go into US elections, this is where you get this run up. Where are we now? Because it's 5th of November. Right there. Yeah, Monday the 4th of November, day before, we're literally in the bottom of that trough, and then you get that big run up. So you're going from about $3 just before the US elections, and then you get that run up to 12.13 retracement, and then you know, you get that final impulse there. So that could be your winning lottery ticket. You don't need a lot of XDC, you know, to make a ton of money. So it is definitely a moon bag to hold. I'm going to wrap up the video now with Velo. Where are you, Velo? Because Velo is an absolute monster. So I've just marked out as well. I had a quick look on the charts before I presented to you guys today, but I've marked out this purple sort of box. Just on the weekly at the moment. Let's go into the daily. Let's zoom in a little bit. So this is where Velo's looking to get up to, into this purple region here. So anywhere from just shy of 5 cent up to 5 cents. So around the 5 cent mark. So that's where Velo's sort of heading. And this is the wick here on inception. Well, at the beginning of this exchange anyway. And then you've got this price action here, capitulation, and you get that retest as well, where that wick is there. So that for me is like my next target. Obviously, you're probably expecting to shoot through and get a retrace. So because this blue line here, I'm going to be a bit more conservative, move it down a bit. I'd expect to get halfway between the purple and the blue line. So I'll be looking at getting a massive impulse here to about, is that 10 cent? To about 10 cent, and then we'll see the retracement back down to 5. So Velo could make a massive move here, you know. So say about 10 cent. So that's 350% retracement, and then back up then to this final target here. And also, obviously, we've got to penetrate this blue line as well up on the way. So Velo's looking very strong. If you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure to smash the like button. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing as well. To all my loyal supporters, you are part of the OGs. You're in the first 1,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Block Bull out.